Well, I'm delighted today to be speaking to Dan and Marci from Douglas Elliman here in Miami. Welcome to you both.
Oh, thank you, David.
Thanks for having us.
So we're sat in this spectacular property here on Miami Beach. Perhaps, Dan, you could tell us a little bit more about it.
It's not too shabby. 3,500 square feet, brand new build, finished in 2021 actually. The building's called 57 Ocean and we're on the 12th floor. So you have a unit that goes from the ocean to the bay, full floor unit, half the floor, let's say, but all the way through. So you have unbelievable sunrise and sunset. Balconies are 12 feet deep, which is a continuation of the living space or the master bedroom or the guest rooms, because there's balconies on both sides. And it's one of the top buildings down here in South Florida by far. Marci and I work with Douglas Elliman. That's our brokerage, one of the largest luxury brokerages in the country. And luckily for us, our direct exclusive partner is Knight Frank Residential, who is probably the largest residential brokerage in the world. So our international exposure is second to none. This beautiful listing we're sitting in will get exposure in the UK and wherever else Knight Frank is. So it's a huge benefit for us and our clients, right?
Yeah, and our clients really relish that. And then they, at these kind of price points, it's super important to have all eyes on.
You need an international reach.
Absolutely, absolutely, because you don't know where the next group's coming from. So it's a great partnership for us with Knight Frank.
Are there other properties you're marketing at this level at the moment, Marci, or how would you describe?
Well, at this level right now, most of them have all been sold out, and then we're waiting for like the new development that's been coming in since, COVID. Since our whole supply was taken up in the last 3 years, we're waiting for new projects to be. So there are not a lot of the new developments like this that are ready for people to move into because they don't want to sell them. They've got these great interest rates and they don't want to move to a different one at this point. So
to add to that, right?
Yeah.
In the last cycle, we haven't had many brand new construction buildings being
Right.
built. So you only have a handful of them really, and they all got swooped up during COVID, I would say, 2021. We all saw the migration here from other cities, countries, whatnot, right? Most people wanted a brand new unit that they could move into immediately and not have to wait years. So the last cycle, like we said, you only had a handful of brand new buildings. So this is one of them. Now coming on the market in, let's say 2026, you're gonna have crazy amounts, let's say.
Loads.
Another 10 on the beach, let's say, a ton over downtown where we were
Brickell's
last night.
a lot.
Edgewater. So the next cycle will be interesting.
So perhaps just walk us through the different areas in which, a high net worth foreign investor who's looking at Miami maybe spent a bit of time here and is now looking closer.
Yeah.
What are the different areas they might consider?
Well, this area is called Millionaires Row. So it pretty much comes from Faena, around 35th, all the way up to Surfside. So all those are very luxurious buildings. There's lots of those, and as Dan said, those were delivered already. And then you move down to south of 5th, which is the very tip of South Beach, and there's a 5-block radius of amazing neighborhood feeling condos where it's a super walkable. It's where we find a lot of people that have been in New York. They also like that for the walkability, the 42 restaurants at your fingertips, the beach access, and all of that.
So they have to go a bit further out if they want, because otherwise you're in apartments and penthouses for the style of the property.
Right, but this is, so this is loads of apartments that are older, except for a few. Glass is newer, Apogee's a bit newer, 321 Ocean is newer, but it's where a lion's share of a lot of people like to live, just because of the walkability and the neighborhood feel, I would say.
Well, having spent a few days here just down on South Beach, you definitely get that sort of outdoor type vibe.
Yes.
People on the bicycles, people running, people working out.
The
it
weather
must be a big part of the lifestyle appeal.
The weather's a little different than the UK, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
We're both islands, but it's just different. Both of our
Even
weather
up north.
changes.
It's the spirit. I imagine, buyers who are coming in from colder parts or different, more urban environments must think, wow, this is a bit of paradise.
The lifestyle.
That's exactly what happened. Before COVID happened, we had 3.5 years of supply of unsold product.
Yeah.
And then when that happened, that all went out. That got cleared out by mainly domestic buyers. And so now on the upshoot of all the new development that's coming in, that'll be the next wave. And Miami's just such a dynamic city anyway. And pair that with the amazing weather and the energy that's happening right down now here. It's become a number one city in America for people to choose to move to.
Well, I agree. And what happened was, I think it shifted from snowbirds would come down here, and all the New Yorkers or we have a ton of clients in Nantucket.
Yeah, like on a part-time.
Yeah, they would come down for a couple months here and there, and then all of a sudden, like COVID hit, and they were spending more time here, and they were like, "Oh my God, this is a city we can live in full time, make it a primary residence, obviously tax benefits as well," and that's what happened. So now, people are living here full time. Families are moving here. You have a lot of condos,
A lot of
obviously,
companies moving here.
but you have single family homes as well. So like if you look over the water behind us, you'll see that, single family homes and all price points. But really it's a high end market, right? Like this unit, we didn't mention it, but it's 15,250,000. That's what we'll ask. So it's big boy numbers here.
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, it reflects the booming market.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
at
sure.
our networking dinner last night, there's private bankers, law firms saying, there is international money coming into this city, and that's what drives and supports prices. I mean, there's no sense of that boom coming to an end. I mean, in real estate, it never seems to end. But are you seeing a strong underpin to the fundamentals here when you're dealing with people looking at buying?
Yes.
How quick do properties can properties exchange?
Well, it's interesting because I think we have a season, and our season's pretty much right after Thanksgiving when Art Basel kind of opens it up, and for the next 5 months, that's when the most interest comes to Miami. And those are the people that are international buyers that come in and they go, wow, I could see having a second or third or maybe even a first home here, but expanding their portfolios. So that within that area of time, so any time so that's why we will list this place right before the market. Right before the season, because we don't want it to get tired without the buyers already here. So I don't know. We're hoping by end of season, mid-season, February, we'll have this, to a new person, a new buyer.
It's interesting, right? A property like this could sell in a week, or
with
it
the
could
right
take
buyer.
a couple months. But
We've seen both ways.
Right. It's a unique property. So the properties are let's say 15 million or more, right? They're unique. They're all the nicer buildings, things like that. So smaller buyer pool, but those buyers also know what they're looking for. I feel like most of the time, it's a unique property in general. So hopefully we sell it quickly.
Absolutely. And what kind of facilities do you get in a block like this? I mean, what's part of the sort of the package of convenience, I suppose, for a buyer coming in?
Well, amazing beach club.
Yeah.
So you got the whole beach club set up.
The beach? How about just the beach?
beach.
Right?
Yeah, that's an asset, isn't it?
Number one.
The sun? Yeah.
The sun, the surf. There's 2 amazing pools, health, wellness, spa, meeting room, conference rooms, concierge. All your packages are delivered to your door. It's just turnkey easy.
Just full service buildings. I mean, it's...
Right.
Yeah.
And for people making the move down from out of area, I mean, how do you find they sort of settle in? Is there, it seems like there's a big social sort of scene here. And like you mentioned, Art Basel, you mentioned, there's different things that bring people into town, isn't there, around interests? I mean, what do you see of people who move here for the first time?
Well, they love the energy. And our restaurant scene is huge.
Yeah.
And now that we've got not just Art Basel, we've got Formula One. We've got,
tennis,
all the football, tennis.
Yeah.
We've got, the Miami Open. Paddle tennis is being huge here now. I mean, there's a lot of social groups coming within. There's a lot of private members clubs that are opening up here as well. We took a page out of London's book, and that's being very successful.
Yeah.
And so it's like a new energy, I would say. Yeah. A new energy with tax advantages and good weather.
Yeah. But it's great. I'll add to that because it's like when I moved here as a single guy out of college, there was a lot of things to do, right? Then it's like now I have 2 kids, a wife, we live in a house, and there's even more to do now with a family setting.
So it's family friendly.
So exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like you have not just something, a lot of things for every kind of person or family or whatever. I mean, there's a lot to do.
You can live the young life here, but also when you mature, it's got options.
350 days of sunlight, and it's pretty amazing.
And what about industries like the sports and media? I mean, between like the UK and US, there's a lot of interplay and interconnectivity.
Oh yeah, we've got Beckham with us now.
Yeah, absolutely, and which I think is
Messi.
encouraging. There's great opportunity, isn't there?
More eyeballs
for
on
this
Miami,
area.
right?
Exactly.
Again. Yeah.
I think football, soccer, it's so massive all over the world.
Yeah.
But like in the States, it's never been great.
No.
But Miami's like a melting pot of all the South Americans.
Right, but if you think about it.
It's got the right ingredients, hasn't it?
So if you think about it though, right, football, soccer teams, right, that will make a city in any place in the world. So now it's like now eyes are here, now you have the Beckhams, the Messi. Hopefully it expands now everything else, the culture here more, I guess. So It's huge.
And
really
you lived
big.
in London for some time.
Yes,
Marci, yeah.
I love living in London. I moved there from San Francisco in 2007. Absolutely loved it. Lived there for 10 years. British citizen, so I can vote. I can, they can't take that away. I've got the passport, everything. But moved to Miami in 2016 and spent time in both places for about 3 years. Then I thought, I really need to bloom where I'm planted. So I dug into Miami and I still go back to London, probably 3-4 times a year. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Lots of friends there.
Great. Are there countries that you tend to find inquiries coming from more? I mean, we talked about internally in the States, from Latin America, some for Europe, but...
I mean, that's the beauty of Miami, right?
Yeah.
It's so culturally diverse, which I love. I mean, I think we both do. We see a lot, I think for us, our client base, we do UK, like we're saying, a lot in the UK. French, a lot of domestic.
We've got some Swedish listings.
Yeah, Swedish. We get it's like a random mix, but it's pretty amazing. Everybody's coming here for the same thing, which is the lifestyle, I feel like,
And is it often cash buyers? Or, I mean, the interest rate picture is obviously moved, which changes people's motivations.
Question.
But what are you seeing?
I think probably 9 out of 10 sales we did, or we do, are all cash.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's going to be 90-something% are cash deals.
So it insulates you a little bit from the
Big
global
time.
economy there.
That's why our market's
Yeah.
going to stay strong, I think, no matter what. I mean, most of our deals here are cash. So, yeah.
And what about some of the other properties you have in your portfolio?
We have a great range, great variety. We have from amazing apartment that's 3.5 in south of 5th to a gorgeous mansion. What is it, 130 feet on the water, on the ocean?
130 feet on the water. It's very unique because you have private beach, 130 feet, and then you have a private bay, intercoastal with a dock for your yacht, which is 120 feet. So massive compound, 60,000 square foot. That's asking $33 million. So
on Hillsborough Beach.
$33 million US dollars in Hillsborough Beach. So it's
below
interesting.
Palm Beach.
We have something for everybody, though.
Yeah.
I would say. I mean, like we said, $3 million south of 5th. Young professionals, let's say, moving here. We have a lot of that now, right? Big companies moving here with a lot of associates. So something for everybody, I would say.
And on the yachting front, I mean, we've got Fort Lauderdale up the road. There's a huge boat show going on there right now. I
Largest
mean,
in the world,
does that interlink with some of the properties you see here? Is that a relevant
Exactly.
crossover?
Well, our
Absolutely.
listing in Hillsborough, amazing. That is a boater's paradise because you can park it up to a 100-foot yacht on the intercoastal, which is super protected. So you've got the benefit of having all the ocean front and the beach in the front of your home, and in the back it's the intercoastal where you can have your yacht. So
keep it at your house. Keep it private. Yeah.
And for the professionals, both based here and abroad. So last night we were amongst all the bankers and the lawyers and the different people dealing with the mega wealthy clients. What is it that you do? How do you work in partnership, I guess, with professionals dealing with such clients?
Well, I think for us, I think it's a rare thing maybe sometimes in our industry, but we actually care about our clients. They end up being our friends. So it's our customer service. So a lot of these people, the accountants, like you're saying, the wealth managers, they'll say, hey, we have whatever family, but they want to rent for 6 months, whatever. Of course we help them, right? So it's like we get a lot, we have a lot of back and forth from these industry professionals, I would say.
They need to trust you, don't they? Because they've got these valuable relationships. You've got to have continuity.
It's like a wealth manager. You know what I mean? We take our job very seriously because real estate can be a huge asset in your portfolio.
And there are a lot of professionals moving here also. So you can help them if they're looking for something to get on the ground here. They've got a new role, or you're mentioning the corporate side.
Exactly. We've got all these hedge funds moving down here and Blackstone, and I mean it is quite vibrant. And they're building out their offices.
Like then?
The rental market is equivalent to New York now.
Yeah. Wow.
It's it's kind of like our Brickell is like the baby Manhattan.
Yeah. What might a rental be in a Brickell?
Easy. 3,300 for 1 bedroom.
Yeah.
And my son's in Manhattan now, and he's paying the same.
Yeah.
20,000 for a 3-bedroom we just did.
Oh,
50,000 for a 2-bedroom. It's like it's all over the place.
Oh, we did 22,000 for a 1-bedroom.
Yeah. Hopefully in a year they all buy, which they tell us they will, which is great. So it's
well, it's because our clients become our friends.
Absolutely.
And we want to be, we're wanting them to be here.
Yeah.
We think it's, it's fun. And we love to have like these client appreciation parties where we get to put everybody together and then they get to network and know each other as well.
Kind of like what you're doing. We do it a couple times a year, and I love that.
You've
putting
got
them
to keep
together.
those relationships close, haven't you, with clients who have this kind of level of wealth in order to be able to buy wonderful properties like
sure.
this.
Yeah. It's more fun. It's just it's not a job. It's just an extension of our personalities, I feel like.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, look, great to talk to you both. I really look forward to
Oh,
sharing this
David,
interview.
thank you so much.
And I encourage any members who want to know more about Miami real estate to reach out to you both.
Excellent.
David.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
David.
It's been a
Thanks for
pleasure.
the opportunity. Yeah, it's amazing.